Hi guys, Gary from Screams and Thrills here. So we are back for the third day of the Stokesley Street Fair build-up, and we have started to have road closures put in place. And as we were coming into Stokesley, we've seen two nice long lines of trucks waiting to come in with some additional rides that's going to be on the high street itself. So let's head on over, see what's happening, and hopefully catch a lot of the new rides coming on that's waiting to come in. So as you can see from North Street here, they've started to close off the road leading into the high street. Now starting to stop cars from coming through. So let's head on down and see what is what. So as the high street is now being closed off, it is vital that we have our safety gear on, so our high vis on. I also have my press pass for the World's Fair as well, which would allow me to take some photos and that. So yeah, let's head on over and see what there is. So as we come down North Street, we can see that Skyfall now has its gondola in place. No centrepiece at the top though, unfortunately. And as you can see, this section now has been cleared, so we are expecting the rides to come into there. We have some of the first rides to appear from juveniles. So off to the side here we've got Ryan Crow's Energy Storm Waltzer. So same as last night, we'll start down near John Murphy's Dodgems and work our way back up. So as you can see off in the distance there, there's no lorry waiting to pull on. So here's a quick look at John Murphy Jr.'s Dodgems. All set up and ready to go. And as you can see in the background there is Disco Twist and also the Crazy Bull Cell, which we'll go and have a closer look at. So around the back of the Dodgems we've got Crazy Bulls set up, and Jamie Clark's Disco Twist. And then we do have a sweet stall as well. And then we've got Exciter in a nice washdown. So as we walk past Exciter, we've got Hancock's Helter Skelter, a food unit. We've got a hooker duck stall set up now as well. And we've got Experience Miami by Turner's. And then we have Monster Truck Juvenile Ride. And we've got King Frogs. And we've got Wilmot's Air Raid as well. Looking absolutely stunning. So here we've got Wilmot's Air Raid. Looking stunning as ever. And next up we've got the Odeon Tagada. And then we've got Crows Energy Storm Walter. And then we've got a set of teacups set up. As per the restrictions that's in place, anything that encroaches onto the public footpath or road needs to be folded up to allow access. Naturally, when the fair is in operation, that'll be put down. Then we've got Matthew's Skyfall. (262 feet) at a speed of around 75 miles per hour. I really do think that's going to be the highlight of Stokesley Fair this year. And off to the side we've still got the pirate ship set up and food outlet. And next up we've got Lincoln Gore's Joker Frogs. So you'll notice that Skyfall is set up slightly different to how it was at the Poppins. Just shows that these rides are in a way customisable to the surroundings. We've got Gallagher's Twister and Freeman's Waltzer. So here's a closer look at Psycho. So we've got a food unit pulling into place here. We've got another catering unit pulling in. So as you can see, the high street is starting to get cleared now of vehicles. As well as James Clark's Disco Twist, we've also got his Super Bowl. So now we've came to the bungee. It still has a few finishing touches to do to it. And as I mentioned in last night's video as well, we do have our usual Romany Gypsy Boswell in place, offering the fortune telling and palm readings. So this area is now starting to be pretty much cleared. We have another catering unit pulled in. Which is a churros stand. lots of people stood around waiting for the attractions to pull on. So as we look back down, we can see Toy Set Carousel pulling in and a churro stand. The Toy Set Carousel, I believe, is Philip Cooper Sr. Got some more attractions coming in on that end. Got another attraction coming in. Team Morrison Sons with their Funhouse and Game Store. We've got another Helter Skelter pulling in. Another catering unit. So we have the Helter Skelter pulling in nearby to the second dodgems, which this is going to now bring the convoy to a bit of a halt. Then we have another catering unit coming in, along with some bungee trampolines. We have some bungee trampolines set up next to Carrie's dodgems. On the opposite side we have another juvenile ride pulling in, which looks to be a formula type ride. And then we've got Douse Events coming in with their Funhouse. More catering units. And we got unit here. So down this end we do have another set of chairs, different style this time, more of a rigid anchorage on it. Penalty shootouts, another fortune teller, and we have another ride pulling in now, which looks to be another Funhouse. Got another catering unit pulled in. Some more catering units coming in. Let's have a little look down this final end, and we finally have the gyro swings set up, more traditional style. Not much much more has changed on this end. Still got the pirate ship and the mini ski jump off to the side. And we've got the toy set carousel hooked up, ready to move. So yeah, it's one giant operation to bring these rides in. They've got to be brought in a particular order, so as to not disrupt others. So you might see a few rides come on, then a few catering units, and then a few more rides. It doesn't necessarily work in the sense of bring all the rides on first and then bring all the catering units on. It depends on whereabouts they're located and as to what space they require. So I'm going to have a wander back down towards Skyfall and see what's pulling on up at that end, and see also where we've seen attractions pulling in, where they've positioned themselves, and see if we can catch some of them getting into position and also building up. So yeah, as you can see further down, High Street's starting to come together now. So from today, all parking on the High Street is suspended. So as you're walking around, you will notice that there's some markings on the grounds. That's to indicate where the attractions are going to be going. So you can see there. Different showmen have different ways of marking out the ground that they're going to be on. Some use spray paint, some use blocks. Some use different coloured spray paints. One thing you'll notice as well for a lot of vehicles is they'll drive around with their hazards on. Up in the distance, I think we can see Freeman's Upward Cottage being put into position. So we'll have a wander down there and have a close look at that. As you can see here, we've got catering units being put into place. We've got the Helter-Skelter and the Formula ride being positioned. So on this side we've got catering unit being set up. We've got a funhouse, which is Funfair Crazy. It's quite a regular one here at Stokesley. Then we have, I believe it's Team Morris with his funhouse and his games unit. I'm quite surprised there's no activity on the bungee at the moment. It does look like there's still quite a bit to do to that. The ball itself's not attached yet. The harness for the ball is up there. And also the pay box as well seems to be still needs to be unloaded. Position And we have Philip Cooper bringing in the mini ski jump, which is owned by his dad. And then we've got a side stall being set up, or side joint as some people call them. It's one of the older style ones. So here we have Philip Cooper's Senior's mini ski jump and toy-set carousel. Then we've got Jamie Clark positioning his centrepiece on his Super Bowl. And as I suspected, we have Freeman's Crooked Cottage being put into position. And it looks like we've got a runaway mine train coming on the ground as well. Not too sure whose runaway mine train that one is, but we'll have to have a look to see where that goes. And on the other side of the road, we've got a funhouse pulled into position, and a mini Disney wheel. So yeah, this is Douse's funhouse. We've got more catering units pulling on and a few juvenile rides as well, I believe. And we have another Miami as well. Warren Dowse is here with his Miami. So we have our first attraction on this plot pulled in, which is the Ghost Train. Few game stalls. We've got Warren Dowse moving his tractor unit and generator into place. To power his Miami. And we've got some more bungee trampolines coming in. So we've popped on over to the other side now to have a closer look at Skyfall, which isn't complete. I can imagine they'll be putting side rails on at some point. But yeah, its gondola and seats are all in place. It's a shame that they haven't put the top piece on, but I suppose it's all about time and restrictions that they've got in place. And then we've got Lincoln Gore's Joker set of frogs. So from this side you can also see back over the road and see some of the stalls getting set up. Quite interesting. When I said before that street furniture can be moved around, quite literally, if you look at this game stall, Games to Play by Cubbins, you can see they literally took the middle part of the bench out and the stall goes through where the bench would be, and they've also got the bollards inside as well. So here's a better look at Warren Dowse's Miami. It's good to see that making a return. More catering units getting put into place. Some interesting catering units. The house style seems to be quite a popular choice. We've got Timor's in position now, and we do have another attraction pulling in. Interesting to see what that is. So we've got the Funfair Crazy positioning itself now. We've got the catering units we've seen pulling in now in position. Let's get us start to take shape. runaway train that we've seen pulling in is opposite the second set of dodgems. We'll have another wander down this end of the fair, see if anything else has moved or been added. Currently doesn't look like there's anything changed. No real difference at the moment. Still got the pirate ship tucked away at the end there. I have a feeling that's not going to be in use, possibly. So yeah, it's pretty quiet up this end. So while I am down this end and it's a bit more quieter, I will talk to you a bit about when this fair is on. It starts tomorrow, Wednesday, and it is open from 5:30, I believe, until about, I think it's 10 PM or 10:30. I will find the poster for you and put that on your screen at the end of this video, so you can have a closer look at it. But please do remember that there is road closures in place. Unfortunately, not everyone seems to be adhering to them and trying to get down the high street, which is a bit frustrating for some of the workers, but unfortunately it is what it is. I mean, the council have tried to put signs out to say road closed as much as possible, but some people just don't really tend to listen to that. So, as always, with it being a street fair, it is completely free entry. Rides are priced individually. At the moment, there is no indication as to what the prices are going to be. That will be a case of you just have to see when you come. I can imagine juvenile rides being obviously around about, they're usually around about your £2.50, £3, £3.50 mark. But as always, with rising costs and that, don't be alarmed if some of the rides are quite high. I can imagine the bigger rides such as Psycho and Skyfall, they'll probably be more expensive. But again, like I say, when you see the prices of the rides, please bear in mind the costs that are involved in these rides and the costs that these showmen have to take on. So like the maintenance of the rides, the paying of staff, it's a lot more costly than what you originally think. So yeah, just bear that in mind when you come to a fair. Don't start trying to haggle the price and be disgruntled about the price and complain and that about the price. The price is what it is. These people have to make a living. It's their livelihood at the end of the day. And just like anybody else, a lot of these have families that they need to cater for, families that they need to support, and this is their way of making a living. Without these showmen and showwomen, there wouldn't be fairs. So just bear that in mind. So the vast majority of the rides, attractions and stalls, catering units are pretty much all in position now. They're just in the process of setting up now. House's rhythm dancer, Miami, set up. And we've got a jumping jack being set up as well. The night starts drawing in, a lot of the rides now having their lights put on. Tested. So we do have a ghost train this year as well, same one as last year, I believe. So here we've got Warren House's Miami being set up. Right, so that wraps up today's video. Still some activity happening, but it's mainly all in position now, all nearly set up. So yeah, we'll call that it for now. Some of the road closures are starting to be lifted a little bit. So yeah, we'll call that a day for the third build-up video. So yeah, as always, if you like this content, hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends, and as always, if you see us out and about, feel free to say hi. It was nice to see Charlie, and it was nice to meet some of the locals as well, who we had quite a nice little chat to. There was a nice gentleman called Simon, who was a local photographer. So yeah, it was nice to meet some of the locals, have a little bit of a chat about the fair and that. And it's nice to see as well the support that the locals have for this fair as well. So yeah, it was really nice. So without further ado, I'll call that a day now. Our next video will be from when the fair is in operation. So yeah, hope you've liked, and see you in the next one.